Hidden gems, unexplored islands of the Philippines. In a country with over 7,000 islands, you'd think every beach has been discovered, every coastline explored. But what if I told you there are still secrets out there? Places far from the crowds, untouched by tourist buses, where the modern world just fades away. What does it feel like to step onto an island that seems frozen in time? That's the question that sparked this whole journey. I wanted to find the Philippines' last hidden frontiers. We're going way off the beaten path, beyond the famous spots, to islands that take a little more work to reach but pay you back with a real, unfiltered adventure. So join me as we uncover the raw beauty and rich culture of some of the Philippines' best-kept secrets. The journey. This kind of adventure doesn't start with a simple plane ticket. It starts before dawn with a 1-2-hour bus ride south from Manila, watching the city lights melt into provincial darkness. It continues in a chaotic port, trying to find the right boat in a sea of 100 others. This is the reality of chasing hidden gems. The journey itself is part of the story, a test of your patience and grit. Our first stop is an island province known more to divers than the average tourist masbate. But we're pushing past the mainland, crossing the choppy Ticao Pass to an island that promises encounters with the gentle giants of the sea. The ferry ride is long, the seats are hard, but with every wave, the feeling of leaving the ordinary world behind gets stronger. This isn't a vacation, it's an expedition. And it begins on the wild, welcoming shores of Ticao Island. Island number 1, Ticao, the warm welcome. Arriving in Ticao feels like taking a deep, clean breath. The air is just different here, laced with salt and free from the constant hum of the city. On Ticao, life moves to the rhythm of the ocean. The communities here depend on it, they respect it, and that respect has preserved one of the most incredible marine sanctuaries in the world. Just off the coast is the legendary Manta Bowl, a submerged seamount that acts as a cleaning and feeding station for majestic manta rays. Diving here isn't for beginners. The currents are strong, carrying a constant stream of nutrients that attract the ocean's biggest filter feeders. But when you drop into the blue, and a shadow the size of a small car glides past you, time just stops. It's humbling, almost spiritual, to witness that kind of grace. Manta rays are seen all year, but the best time to visit is often during the dry season from about December to May. This can sometimes overlap with whale shark season, making it a truly magical time. But Ticao's magic isn't only underwater. A quick boat trip takes you to Halea Nature Park, a perfect little cove with fine white sand, and water so clear you can spot baby sharks in the shallows. It's managed with a strict leave no trace policy, which shows how committed the locals are to protecting their home. There's a quietness here, a raw beauty that feels both powerful and fragile. Ticao is the perfect introduction to the wild heart of the Philippines, a place that welcomes you with open arms but reminds you that nature is always in charge. It's a great start, but we're pushing even further, to a place more remote and even more rugged. Island number 2. Palaui, the rewarding challenge from Ticao. Our journey hooks north. After a series of flights, long van rides, and bumpy tricycle trips, we find ourselves at the northernmost tip of Luzon, in a port town called Santa Ana, Cagayan. This is the gateway to our next island, Palaui. If Ticao was a warm welcome, Palaui is a challenge, and I'm ready for it. Palaui is a protected landscape and seascape, and you feel it the moment you arrive. There are no hotels or resorts, and for most of the day, no electricity. Life here runs on solar power and the rhythm of the sun. This is a destination for true explorers, for people willing to trade comfort for raw, untamed beauty. Getting to the island's most famous landmark isn't a casual stroll, it's a trek. You have to earn the view by hiking through thorny grass and up muddy trails. But then you see it, the Cape Engano Lighthouse. Standing alone on a hill 92 meters above the sea, this stone sentinel is a relic of the Spanish colonial era. First lit in 1892, its tower has survived more than a century of typhoons and salty air. The keeper's house is in ruins now, but standing there, with a 360 degree view where the Babuyan Channel crashes into the Pacific Ocean, is absolutely breathtaking. You can see the Dos Hermanas Islands in the distance and just feel the power of the sea. The name Engaño means to entice, given by the Spanish who were captivated by the island's beauty, and it's easy to understand why. The island is managed by its own community. The locals are your guides, your boatmen, and your hosts in the simple homestays. Tourism here directly benefits the people who call Palaui Island home and are fiercely passionate about protecting it. Palaui Island is more than a pretty island. It's a blueprint for community-based, sustainable tourism. It proves you can welcome visitors without losing your soul. This place will test you, but it gives back so much more. And it's the perfect preparation for our final stop, the ultimate hidden gem, the final reveal, Jomalig, the Golden Isle. Among seasoned Filipino travelers, there are whispers of an island so remote, so tough to get to, that it's almost a myth. It's an island municipality in Quezon Province, floating way out in the Pacific Ocean. It's called Jomalig. Getting here is the final boss battle. It takes another overnight bus to a port, followed by a 4 to 6 hour boat ride across the often rough Lamon Bay, where it opens up to the Pacific. This isn't a tourist ferry, it's a cargo boat, and you're sharing space with supplies for the islanders. The journey itself filters out the casual tourists, leaving only the most dedicated travelers. But the moment you lay eyes on it, all those hours of travel just melt away. Jomalig is famous for its sand, but it's not white. It's a stunning, unique gold that looks like it has soaked up 1,000 sunsets. Salabungat Beach, the main shore, is lined with agoho trees that resemble a tropical pine forest, creating a landscape unlike anywhere else I've ever been. The real treasure, though, is found on a hobble-hobble motorcycle taxi ride across the island's rugged interior. You'll discover Lingayen Cove, which the locals call their Little Batanes. Here, dramatic cliffs and rock formations stand guard over a quiet cove with turquoise water. Climb to the top, and you're hit with a view that feels like the very edge of the world. Untouched, unspoiled, and completely unforgettable. Jomalig is the definition of off the grid. Electricity runs for just a few hours a night. There are no fancy restaurants, only small, family-run eateries that will cook up the freshest seafood you've ever tasted. And that simplicity is its greatest luxury. It forces you to disconnect, to be present, and to just sit on that golden sand and watch a sunset that will burn itself into your memory. Jomalig isn't just an island. It's a feeling, the feeling of finding something truly special that the rest of the world has somehow missed. This is the heart of the journey. From the giant mantas of Ticao, to the rugged history of Palaui, and finally the golden shores of Jomalig, this trip has been a powerful reminder of what's waiting for us when we step off the main road. These islands are more than just pretty pictures. They're living communities, fragile ecosystems, and a glimpse into a simpler way of life. Traveling to places like these comes with a responsibility to leave no trace, to support the local communities, and to travel with respect. The Philippines Department of Tourism has actively promoted this through its Save Our Spots campaign, reminding us that we all have a part to play in protecting these treasures. We are guests here, and the goal should be to make sure these hidden gems stay just as magical for the next generation. This journey wasn't just about finding untouched islands. It was about finding a different way to travel, trading convenience for connection and luxury for authenticity. In a world that seems to be speeding up, these islands are a vital reminder to slow down, to breathe, and to find the adventure in the journey itself. The Philippines is packed with secrets, and I know there are so many more out there. What are some of your favorite hidden gems? Drop them in the comments below. I'd love to hear your stories. And if you believe in the magic of adventure and the importance of traveling responsibly, make sure to subscribe and join me for the next one. There's always more to explore. Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more stories like this.